So, I took a little longer than usual to make a video this time. But do not worry, I have indeed been working hard on the game. To those who are new here, Alchemist is a roguelike RPG that I've been developing for almost 3 years already. The last public release was in December. You might want to try that one out. Anyway, in the meantime, a few things happened. First, there were a couple of small updates after 0.2.2 that didn't feel like they deserved separate videos, so I'll just mention them here. The updates were both mostly bug fixes and minor balance tweaks, but I also added water lilies to the swamp, as well as a chance for a lily pond to replace the patch of herbs at the end of the herbal grove. Since that area was one of the more basic ones, I felt like it deserved some additional variety. Just to be clear, that part is actually in the public version right now, and you can see it if you download the game, while the rest of this video is about things yet to be released. As time goes, I am gradually adding bells and whistles to the game. This time it's on hit particles. Whenever you hit an object or a creature, a burst of particles appears. Those are quite varied. For example, hitting a tree causes a few leaves to fall, while hitting a wooden barrel causes splinters to fly around. And in combat, both you and your opponent's hits cause blood splashes. Similar particles appear when you loot certain objects. Again, leaves falling off trees, splinters when picking broken wood, pieces of ash when digging through an ash pile, etc. Of course, if there's too much visual noise for you, you can just disable those effects in settings. The town wall has a moat now. I figured, since I spent so much of my sanity on that water shader, might as well use it more. The moat is mostly there for decoration, with maybe a few lilies to harvest. This addition might not seem like much, but it's the first part of a much larger piece of content, that is itself not completely finished yet. You see, now, if you go to the left, there is another wall segment with a grate through which the water from the sewers is flowing into the moat. Like every other grate in the game, this one can be destroyed once you unlock Essence of Rust. I hope it would be everyone's natural reaction to try that. The passage leads to an entirely new area, town sewers. There are pipes on the walls, some molten moss, and water everywhere. I know sewer levels have something of a reputation, so let me reassure you, this one isn't a labyrinth. In fact, it's pretty straightforward. There is the main passage, filled with water, and some side rooms. Doesn't mean, of course, that traversing it would be easy. The sewer is filled with a new type of enemy, sewer slugs. Slugs are slow, but they spit slime at range, which slows you down, and this affects stacks. Additionally, slugs can spawn neonates, which turns out is a proper term for the newborn snails. Those only have one hit point, but they too can spit slime, further damaging and slowing you. It's best to take those slugs seriously. They won't kill you immediately, but let them do what they like for a few turns, and you'll be in trouble. They are also the ideal use case for the Blackfire, which will clean up both adults and their spawns within a few turns. It's probably a good time to note that this place is best visited well equipped. A small piece of trivia. Snails and slugs have blue blood, unlike most animals. So when you loot them, if you have the Scarlet Flask, you get blue blood instead of normal one. In general, there are a lot of new items to be found in the sewers, and some treasure if you explore the side rooms. More important than treasure, however, are the passages that lead out of the sewers. There are 4 possible areas you can reach, and 2 are chosen in the beginning of the game to be available. The first possible area is someone's cellar. It consists of a few connected storage rooms with various items you can take, and stairs leading further upwards that you can't use. The second area is underground catacombs. They are very similar to the Crypt dungeon, just smaller. The third area is the basement of a guard tower. There is a passage leading upwards that you again can't use, and a storage area behind the grate. And the fourth option is my favorite. It's a small passage where a very old and fat slug is residing. It's essentially the same as all other slugs, but with higher stats. Inside the slug, you'll find someone's bones and a few items, including a corroded key that you can use to open the lock at the end of the passage. This reveals the stairs, which then lead you to the tavern kitchen and a very surprised Ricardo. Throughout the dialogue, you can troll him a little, learn about the passage and the unlucky person who got eaten by the slug, and get your reward of 2 books about alcohol. There is actually a lot of dialogue, including when you use the passage repeatedly, but I am obviously not going to show everything. For now, those sewers are just another optional dungeon, but that is going to change. In fact, the sewers are going to be a part of the main story, but that's in the future, though very near. And with that, I am going to end the video. If the project seems interesting to you, you can go play the game on itch.io, or you can subscribe to see the future update. Though I am lazy, I will be making updates until the game is complete. See you!